Back at his desk in the Gators Man Cave. Sports with Blake.
Hey everyone, so I want to talk about Super Bowl 56, the Los Angeles Rams versus the Cincinnati Bengals. And the Rams got the victory late in the fourth quarter. Matthew Stafford hooked up with his man Cooper Kupp in the end zone, and the Rams ended up winning 23-20. But there were some things in this game that were kind of head-scratching to me, especially on the Cincinnati side. Now, they're going for it so early in the game on a 4th and 1 at midfield. I was like, listen, I thought the Cincinnati Bengals defense was playing well, especially at the beginning. And if you push the Rams back, and maybe get it inside the 10-yard line if you punt it inside there, I thought the Cincinnati Bengals did a great job on defense early. So I thought that was a little early going for it on a 4th and 1, especially at midfield. But, I'm not going to say that's what lost them the game. There were a lot of things in this game that, Cincinnati could have taken advantage of, but they sure didn't. They went scoreless. After they kicked that field goal to go up 20-13, they didn't score a single point for, I believe it was 25 minutes. The last 25 minutes of the game, and you're not going to win a game, or you're not going to win a Super Bowl like that. And the Rams were built to win the Super Bowl. They absolutely were. Everyone would tell you that, and especially when they traded for Matthew Stafford. But man, I tell you what, this was a really good game. I'm not going to put it up there with like some of the top performances that I've seen in the Super Bowl. The Pittsburgh, Arizona Super Bowl is almost one of the best Super Bowls I've ever seen. But this is a really good Super Bowl, especially at the end. And, I know there was some calls. A lot of people talk about officiating was bad. I believe it was bad on both ends, and especially me watching the game. But, Cincinnati really, I thought, could have won this game. And Cincinnati, nobody had them going to the Super Bowl, especially at the beginning of the year. And you know what? It was remarkable for them to even make it. And I think you're going to see them for years. The Rams, I'm not going to say they sold their soul to the devil and they traded a lot of their draft picks away. They traded their future. But hey, you know what? It got them a Super Bowl. As a Jaguars fan, my Super Bowl is watching the Jaguars pick the number 1 draft pick for the second straight year. So, you know what? Hey, I would be happy with a Super Bowl if it means trading everything away. I mean, Jaguars can't even get to a Super Bowl, but that's here nor there. But, what got me was, there were a couple of things. So the Cincinnati Bengals were actually running the ball very well, especially with Joe Mixon. And I don't get at the end of the game why Samaje Perine was getting the carries and not Joe Mixon. Like, that baffles me. I even got a call from a buddy of mine. He's like, Joe Mixon was doing well. Why were you giving it to Samaje Perine? And I don't get that either. And because Joe Mixon was doing well, 15 carries, 72 yards, and you could tell how he was running. He was running the ball like aggressive. And I believe that was the only blocking that the Cincinnati Bengals could do because, man, by God, that Cincinnati offensive line and pass protection was god-awful. I believe the Rams could have rushed 3 and still got to Joe Burrow in less than 3 seconds. That was some of the pathetic offensive line that I've ever seen. And but they've been that all year. So, Joe Burrow just got beat up in this game. And but for Joe Burrow, what I will say in this game, he actually could have made some better throws and he could have played a better game. His QBR was a 39. But there were throws where it was rare. But when he had a clean pocket, he stepped up. There were some throws that he missed, especially Jamar Chase on a 3rd down, a little short, and ended up, having to punt. So, I thought there were some, the throws that he should have made, and but ultimately he didn't. I mean, he didn't play too bad. I mean, 22 of 33, 1 touchdown. I mean, behind that offensive line. But with Matthew Stafford, coming over from Detroit, you had to root for the guy. Everybody was rooting for him because, Detroit is just almost like the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's like that's where you go if you just want to get a paycheck. But Matthew Stafford, 26 of 40, 283, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The 2 interceptions, the first one was almost like a punt to me. I felt like they should have tried to get into field goal range, maybe for Matt Gay because he's got a leg. But I believe Stafford just saw Van Jefferson one-on-one and just tried to give him a shot. But also with Van Jefferson, right after the Rams won the Super Bowl, 2 hours later, his wife gave birth to their second child. I thought that was awesome. Van Jefferson out of Florida. So I was happy to see him win a Super Bowl. But you know what? There were some things in this game that, like I said, the Joe Mixon thing for Cincinnati, I felt like he should have got way more than 15 carries, especially the way he was playing in this game. Cooper Kupp deserves respect as a receiver. I'm tired of the disrespect for Cooper Kupp, Triple Crown winner, offensive MVP. Listen, he should have been in the conversation, absolutely in the conversation for league MVP. Because he steps up in these big time games, unlike the guy who actually won the league MVP. But to me, Cincinnati I thought they didn't take advantage of the opportunities that they had. And actually at the 6:20 mark, and I wrote it down because I felt like that was a big play. It was a big play that could have been made, and I don't know if he would have got a first down. But the 6:20 mark, Tyler Boyd was wide open. Ball hits him in the hands, drop, and that takes away your momentum. It takes away that 6:20, and that would have put you right at about midfield. And you could have run 6 minutes off that clock. And the Rams had 3 timeouts, but you could have ran more time off the clock, maybe gotten field goal range for Evan McPherson. I felt like that was a big play that I don't know if people will talk about. But Tyler Boyd, they said he didn't have a drop all season, but he drops it there. I'm like, ooh, if that ain't a choke I've ever seen. But, I was like, you got to make that catch. There's no excuses on that. But, with the Rams, 7 sacks, I mean, that's not a shock to me. Tennessee Titans had 9, and the Rams have a way better front than them. But, this game, it was a really good game. I just felt like Cincinnati had opportunities and didn't take advantage of them. Cooper Kupp deserved MVP, and he deserves the respect that he is not given by a lot of people. And I see it all over the place that people just disregard Cooper Kupp as a really good receiver because he hasn't done it with longevity. Well, he hasn't done it with a good quarterback. And now he's got a good quarterback, and look what he's able to do. At the end, fourth quarter, it was 4th and 1. Who did they give it to? It was a run play for Cooper Kupp. Whenever they need passes, whenever Matthew Stafford needed plays, he went to Cooper Kupp. Everybody knew it. The Cincinnati Bengals knew it. Everyone knew it. And they still couldn't stop him. That's what makes a receiver great, is when everyone knows you're going to get the ball and you're still able to get open and catch it. And I'll tell you what, though, the Matthew Stafford to Cooper Kupp over the middle throw when Matthew Stafford, it was pretty much a no-look pass. But, man, if you go back and look, that sweet pass and Matthew Stafford's best pass all night, it was a no-look. He looked off, I believe it was Von Bell, and he just threw a dime to Cooper Kupp. And it was a great route, too, by Kupp. But Matthew Stafford came up clutch. But that 1-yard fade route to Cooper Kupp on Eli Apple had to feel good for a lot of people, because there's a lot of people that hate Eli Apple. I don't follow the guy very well. I heard he runs his mouth a lot, especially after the Kansas City game whenever the Bengals beat the Chiefs. And apparently some of the players didn't like it, but they went after him after the Super Bowl. But you know what? It was a really good game. I thought it was a really good Super Bowl. I'm not going to put it up there with one of the best that I've ever seen. But, when it came down to the end, I felt like it was a great finish. But what gets me is the Cincinnati Bengals had a chance to get in field goal range, and you're running with Samaje Perine on 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2. And Joe Mixon's been running the ball well. I don't get it. That offensive line was just horrible for the Bengals. And on that last 4th down play, I don't even believe the offensive lineman even touched Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald just went right by him. And I don't know if the Bengals offensive line has something out on Joe Burrow. He must have said something to him. Maybe he didn't buy him dinner or get him gifts or something. But that offensive line should never block for anybody because they're going to get somebody killed. They already got Joe Burrow hurt last year. So, But hey, you know what? It's a really good Super Bowl. Now I can't wait for the Jaguars Super Bowl. Pick number 1 overall, and we'll see what they do. Yeah, who knows what they'll do. But hey, I appreciate y'all watching my channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great one.